Hey there, I saw your video and want to let you and others know that you guys aren't the only ones think about these economic questions. Let me briefly summarize what we're talking about for the people who haven't or don't know exactly what we are talking about. Peter Schiff and other economists, business forecasters, and I can say a lot of other people here on YouTube believe that the dollar is in for a collapse, and some believe it's going to be an imminent collapse in the near future. With the devaluation or possible outright collapse in the dollar, Peter Schiff and others state that real estate, the prices will rise because of inflation. And at the same time, this will be cheap for foreigners, and he specifically says like for Chinese buyers, and therefore the prices will increase even further. So with all these rising prices, which is the opposite of what's happening right now, why is the collapse of the dollar and the subsequent housing and asset price inflation so bad? If all these homeowners out there are enjoying rising home prices, that should be a good thing, right? The short answer is hell no. So let me tell you exactly why. At any given time, there are hundreds and thousands of economic forces at play, that are exerting their forces on us and our lives. And some are, of course, more powerful than others. And some forces just overwhelm other minor economic forces. Before the housing crash, we've seen the power of asset appreciation, and rising prices really changed our financial landscape. With rising housing prices, everyone felt rich. They took out money from the homes in just absolutely mind-boggling amounts. They bought a lot of expensive toys, and therefore boosted the profits of companies and industries throughout this nation, and helped catapult the Dow to 14,000 points, all-time high, further increasing the wealth effect and leading to even further spending. So this was kind of what some people call the virtuous cycle. And good or bad, these economic forces that led up to and greatly boosted the housing prices were damn powerful, and overwhelm other less powerful economic forces out there. Now we have an equal and I believe greater economic force driving down prices and producing a negative wealth effect that has destroyed unfathomable amounts of wealth, which will continue, I believe. We hear about deflation a lot these days, and this drastic price drop in housing over the past couple years is not deflation. It's a correction of a ridiculous and unsustainable prices and price appreciation. So I just want to make that clear. But our government is now on the warpath to combat this deflation, combat this price decreases in basically in everything out there that we currently see the prices that are dropping. And they're kind of just saying everything's just the same, which it's not. There's some things that are deflating for reasons I'm not going to get into, but specifically we're talking about housing. It's actually a very natural correction from unsustainable heights. And our government again is trying to combat this so-called deflation by printing ungodly amounts of money, creating it out of thin air. Yes, this will lead without a doubt to dollar depreciation and inflation, and when the dollar collapses, hyperinflation. Now, going back to where we began, rising prices are good for homeowners, right? Well, yes, if it's real appreciation and not the fake appreciation we are going to be seeing by a devastated dollar. Now, if your home is worth $500,000 now, well, maybe it was worth $1 million last year, and now it's worth 500,000. You're like, holy crap! It just went down 50%. You're feeling poor, and you're tightening your belt, and all that comes along with a 50% drop in your housing. Well, after the dollar collapses and inflation occurs, the price goes up to $5 million. That's a 10 time increase. And you may say, well, let's break out the crystal and let's celebrate. Well, not so fast. You might be a little sticker shock when you get that bill for that Cristal champagne and see that it's a $10 million. It's a $10 million bill. Now, you may say this is a little extreme, but what if I told you that a glass of beer in post-war Germany costs $4 billion? I mean, $4 billion for a glass of beer. I mean, I like beer and I'm thirsty, but $4 billion is a little bit more than I carry in my wallet. So you can imagine if something like that happens, and it didn't only happen in Germany, and it happened in many other times and other places, and currently there's several countries out there experiencing this type of hyperinflation right now. Well, the point I'm trying to make is that price is a number, and numbers can go both up and down, but just because you add zeros to an end of a number doesn't increase the real value. The real value is judged by the marketplace, and once hyperinflation hits, the price of your home may very well go up. It may go up quite a bit, and it may also seem cheap to others, but the true value could be 50% or 5% or even 1% if it was before the devaluation, in real and not nominal dollars. Let me give you a real life example that I just experienced just recently. I went shopping for diamonds, and recently I found that the price basically doubled in the past few years. So the dollar price of diamonds, which of course we're here, so that's what we pay in, was, say for example, that was $5,000 for 1 carat in 2002, is like $8,000 or $10,000 or so right now. So some people say, yeah, that's appreciation of diamonds, but the main reason for the price increase is that the dollar has devalued over those years, and in those same years the Australian dollar has strengthened, and in 2008 bought twice as many dollars as it did in 2002. So in 2002 it took 2 Australian dollars to buy 1 US dollar in 2002 again, and in 2008 it only took $1 Australian dollar to buy 1 US dollar. So basically the Australian dollar has strengthened 100% basically, or you could say that the dollar has decreased the value of the dollar has decreased by 50%. So again, take this to a real life example. If anyone from Australia went shopping with me, and I see the price of this diamond is doubled, I'll say, God damn, these prices are doubled for me. And the Australian gentleman would say, tough break, mate. Because it's the same price for me. Basically, it is the same price for him. If the price in dollars went up by 2 times, if it doubled from 5,000 to 10,000, the price doubled for me. But for him, his money has doubled compared to the US dollar, so it's just basically the same for him. So this is a real life example of some of the stuff that we just talked about, and I hope it gives some insight and helps answer some of those questions that you brought up in your video. If not, drop me a line and I could get into it. I mean, this is a brief overview with a couple examples, and later on I also want to go into more detail on some of the stuff I touched on. So until then, take care and see you soon.